My name is Captain Daniel Reeve, Earth Expeditionary Forces, long since retired. At least, that's what I thought. After 20 years of fighting pirates, rogue AI, and the occasional alien uprising, I'd finally found peace on the edge of known space. My little outpost on Kasari was quiet. Too quiet. Then she landed. Her ship wasn't like anything I'd seen before. Sleek, crystalline, glowing with faint veins of violet energy that pulsed like a heartbeat. The scanners called it organic metallic hybrid, the kind of tech only the Zethri Empire could build. The Zethri were warriors, feared across the galaxy. Born stronger, faster, sharper. Their queens ruled with absolute power, and rumor had it, they despised humans. So when a tall, silver-skinned woman stepped out of that living ship, surrounded by 4 armored guards, I knew I was in trouble. Her eyes were a deep amethyst, her armor woven like liquid steel. Her voice carried command and grace in equal measure. "Captain Daniel Reeve of Earth," she said, her tone cool but melodic. "That's me," I answered, lowering my rifle just enough to look polite. "To what do I owe the honor?" "I am Queen Heiress of Zether Prime," she replied. "And you, human, have trespassed on sacred ground." I blinked. "I bought this land legally from the Federation Outpost." "The Federation," she said, her lip curling faintly, "has no authority here." I was about to argue when one of her guards reached for his weapon. I raised a hand. "No need for that. I don't want trouble." Her gaze softened, just a little. "Then you are wise. But your presence here disrupts ancient energy flows. You will leave this planet within 1 cycle." I chuckled before I could stop myself. "You're beautiful but bossy." The guards tensed, but the queen just tilted her head. "Excuse me?" I grinned, have to defuse tension. "Sorry, Your Majesty. I've always liked strong women. Guess I should be careful what I wish for." Her expression shifted, anger mixed with surprise. Her eyes glimmered. "You like strong women?" she repeated slowly. "Yeah," I said, shrugging. "It's a human thing." She took 1 step closer, her presence filling the air like charged plasma. "Then perhaps you will not find me gentle." Middle, the challenge. That night, I couldn't sleep. Her words kept echoing in my mind. She hadn't ordered my execution, which was odd for a Zethri queen dealing with a trespasser. The next morning, I found her ship still parked in the valley. Her guards had built a perimeter, and her banners, black and violet, fluttered in the alien wind. Against my better judgment, I approached. "I thought you'd be gone," I said. Queen Heiress turned from the holographic map she was studying. "And I thought humans would know when to retreat." "Not my strong suit," I replied. She stared for a long moment, then smiled faintly. "You are bold. Most men, human or otherwise, bow at my presence." "I'm not most men." Her eyes flashed again, that strange mix of curiosity and challenge. "You risk much by speaking so freely." "Maybe," I said, "but you're not here to kill me. Otherwise, I'd already be vaporized." That made her pause. "You are perceptive. I do not enjoy unnecessary death." "Then maybe we can make a deal," I suggested. "You said my presence disrupts energy flows. Let me help you fix it, and then I'll leave if you still want me gone." Her tone cooled again. "You presume much, human." "Daniel," I corrected gently. "You can call me Daniel." That earned me a sharp glare, but also a trace of something else. Interest. Over the next few days, we worked side by side. The so-called energy flows were real. Ancient crystals beneath the planet's surface pulsed with unstable resonance. Her tech could stabilize them, but it required manual calibration, something my engineering experience made easier. Eris was unlike anyone I'd met. She was regal yet curious, fierce yet thoughtful. When she worked, the air shimmered with her focus. When she spoke, even her silence had weight. One night, after hours of work, I found her standing alone by the edge of a cliff, watching the twin moons rise. "You don't sleep much," I said, stepping beside her. "Queens cannot afford to rest," she replied. "Too many watch for weakness." "Maybe that's why you need someone who isn't afraid of you," I said softly. Her gaze snapped to mine. "And are you such a man?" I met her eyes, unflinching. "I don't scare easy. Not even from someone who could crush me with one hand." For a moment, she said nothing. Then she laughed, a low, musical sound that sent chills down my spine. "You truly are reckless, Daniel Reeve. Or maybe honest." She tilted her head, studying me. "Where you come from, do men always flirt with their executioners?" "Only the interesting ones." Her smile lingered for just a heartbeat before fading. "You do not understand the danger. My people view humans as lesser beings. For me to even speak with you this way is unacceptable." "Then why are you still here?" Her silence was answer enough. The confrontation. On the 5th day, everything went wrong. The crystals beneath the valley began to pulse violently, an overload. Energy erupted from the ground like molten light. Eris shouted orders in her language, but the structure began to collapse. I ran toward her as she tried to stabilize the core controls. "Get out of there," I yelled. "If this device fails, the entire region will collapse into the planet's mantle," she snapped. "Then let me help." "You will die." I grinned through the chaos. "You told me I like strong women. Didn't say I was scared of dying for one." Her eyes widened. For the first time, she hesitated. I dove in, helping reroute power through her gauntlet controls. Sparks burst around us, and the air turned white-hot. At the last second, we overloaded the feedback loop manually, redirecting the surge into her ship's energy matrix. The blast threw us both to the ground. When I opened my eyes, the sky was quiet again. The valley hummed softly, stable. Eris knelt beside me, her armor scorched. She touched my shoulder, her voice trembling. "You fool. You could have been killed." "Guess I'm not as weak as you thought," I said, coughing. Her gaze softened. "You are many things, Daniel Reeve. Weak is not one of them." Then, to my utter disbelief, she placed her forehead against mine. Among Zethari, that was a sacred gesture, one reserved for equals. The choice. Her guards were furious when they found us. One of them, a hulking warrior named Kareth, growled, "My queen, this human endangered your life." Eris rose to her full height. "He saved it." Kareth looked ready to argue, but she silenced him with a glance. "Leave us." When we were alone again, I said quietly, "That sounded like you just defended me." "I did. That'll make you some enemies." Her voice was almost a whisper. "I have faced worse." "Then what happens now?" I asked. She looked at me, her eyes luminous under the alien stars. "You said you liked strong women. Tell me, Daniel, can you truly endure one?" I smiled. "Guess there's only one way to find out. Ending the Queen's decision." The next morning, her ship was ready to depart. I stood at the edge of my small base, watching as her banners were folded and the guards prepared for liftoff. I half expected her to leave without a word. But then she approached. "Alone. I should command you to forget everything that happened," she said. "That would be the safer choice." "Yeah," I said. "But that's not really your style, is it?" She gave a small, knowing smile. "No, it is not." She reached out, brushing her fingers along my jaw. Her touch was cool, electric. You are unlike any human I have met. You speak without fear. You act without hesitation. My people would call you reckless. And what do you call me? I asked softly. Her eyes gleamed. Mine, if you dare. I laughed under my breath. Is that a royal command? It is an invitation. I took her hand, feeling the pulse of alien energy beneath her skin. Then I accept. Her ship's engines ignited, the valley bathed in violet light. When the ramp opened, she gestured for me to follow. Where are we going? I asked. To Zether Prime, she said, her smile dangerous and beautiful. Let us see how the galaxy reacts when their queen brings home a human who dared to flirt with her. As I stepped aboard, I couldn't help but grin. I'd told her I liked strong women. Turns out, one of them liked me back.